Hello and welcome to this week's NR2003 simulation from Chicago. We've got Brad Keselowski on the pole with Denny Hamlin on his outside. This race will be set up in 3 stages as usual. On lap 20 and lap 40 will be the start of the stage breaks. There are yellows for those now. And yeah, this track, Alex Bowman won last year. Kyle Larson's always good, but both of them starting in the back. Not in the back, but quite far back, so it'll be interesting to see them come up through the field. But Brad Keselowski brings us down to the green. It'll also be interesting to watch them move around the track as the race goes on, because this is a racetrack where even in NR2003 multiple grooves are pretty optimal to use. And within no time at all, they all fan out 3 wide. Ty Dillon, Cole Custer all the way up to the top. And Denny Hamlin looking for the lead right here down into turn 3. Martin Truex Jr. behind him. Everything settles out a little bit more conservative on this first start, which is no shock because these guys aren't going to push it unless they have to. Hamlin would not be able to get the lead. Brad Keselowski gets the run off the top side, and that's all he really needs to do there, and holds on to the lead. Brad Keselowski, guy running, mentioned him earlier, but Cole Custer's running very well. He's not had a fantastic rookie season, but he's finished most of the races and he's logging laps, and I think he's done well enough to see himself in this car next year with his results. And behind him's Ryan Newman. Front, Chase Elliott racing with Eric Jones right now. And someone not doing so well is Ryan Blaney. He's way back outside the top 20. He's on the cut line in points, and he's had some shining moments, but kind of struggled in some races. And right now, running 29th, that's not what he needs to be doing to keep that playoff position. Even though Bowman's not running well, Bowyer's running okay, got to run better than that. And he gets his chance. A caution comes out. Kevin Harvick loses an engine in the tri-oval there. And for all those guys that got off to rough starts like Blaney or Reddick or Wallace, this is that caution they need, and they can kind of re-rack and go for some stage points. No one stays out here. Everyone opts for tires, but there's contact between Byron, Dillon, and Custer. All 3 of those cars would be pretty heavily damaged, but it's the best they can do is carry on, and that's what they did. Cody Ware in the 52 car is 1 lap down, but he does a good job staying out of the way for most of this run. Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin get away right out of the gates. Chase Elliott, Joey Logano racing for 3rd, and further back things are pretty single file, double file, orderly. Nothing really all that high pressure back there. Brad Keselowski's once again working the top side, trying to get by Denny Hamlin, but struggling right here, and he'll lose the spot going into turn 1. Those 2 Penske teammates running a lot better than the 12 car, running 2nd and 3rd, and they're 3 wide. Cole Custer, first lap of the race, was right next to the wall, and here he is again running right next to the wall with a big run off the corner, but has to lift for Austin Dillon. And they are all over the place with 3 to go in the stage, racing for stage points. Right now, Clint Bowyer holds the 10th spot, and here it is on the last lap of the stage. Fighting for the 10th spot, all 5 of those cars could get it, depending on how things go. Bowman edges out Chris Buescher for the 10th spot, and William Byron and Ryan Newman make contact. And John Hunter or Michael McDowell, I couldn't tell which, involved after the fact. Denny Hamlin would take the stage win, but that wreck ends Ryan Newman's consistency streak, as he would not be able to recover. A few cars pit here, Kyle Busch one of them, and we come down to a restart. Denny Hamlin will restart the stage from the lead and pull out right away over teammate Martin Truex Jr., Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, the rest of your top 5. And don't look now, but the 42 and the 88. Talked about them earlier. They're both so good at this racetrack. Here they come to the front. They started deep in the field, but working their way up, and it's stage 2, and suddenly they're both looking for the top 5. Meanwhile, up front, Martin Truex Jr. takes the lead. The little move there, and Kyle Larson moves up into third. The 88 follows him through, but he would lose both of those spots he was racing for. Speaking of Hendrick drivers, Jimmy Johnson having a good day, running in ninth here. He was having a great run at Sonoma before things fell apart at the end. I think you can fully expect Jimmy to do well. Truex would take stage 2, a rather uneventful stage, but he takes 10 points and a playoff point there over teammate Denny Hamlin, and that brings pit stops. But one car stays out, the 18 stays out, and there's contact between the 11 and the 19 on pit road. See the 11 there? Really destroyed the nose on that car. And here's the car that stayed out. Kyle Busch moves to the lead. Little replay here. Just misjudged Truex getting into a stall and ran right into him. Now, Kyle Busch on 20 lap old tires will lead them to the green with a lap car to his inside here. But he has the benefit of Denny Hamlin holding on to track position. Even though he's got that damaged nose, he didn't pit to repair it. Hamlin's slow and Busch is able to get away, but I doubt he can hold it for 20 laps. And now Truex to the top, 3 wide. He moves to second, and Alex Bowman working the top side. He's gonna get 3 cars in one corner. They're 4 wide off of turn 4, and the 88 has the run. Now the 11, and soon he'll be up there with the 19 and the 18. As they go through 1 and 2, he's still in the top of 3 wide. But now he's looking on the 19 for second. His run off the corner might be enough to get there. The 19 looks for the lead and gets it. The 88 has a run. Clint Boyer's in the wall. Joe Logano shoved him into the wall, and now the 88's looking for the lead into turn 3. Martin Truex Jr. protects the bottom, but that might be a mistake. That 88 is so good on the top, but he tries the top side in 1 and 2 and just can't get the run and loses the spot to Brad Keselowski. There's a lot to give if you lose the run up top. And Kyle Busch, old tires not panning out, he got shuffled to the top in a hurry, and everyone's going by that car. Brad Keselowski shuffles his way past Martin Truex Jr. and leaves that spot open for the 88. But Bowman can't quite get it done right away. It takes him a few laps, and in that few laps, the 2 cars are really able to get away, and the 42 closes up into the battle for second and maybe the lead. Bowman would finally clear Truex, but it's way too late. Keselowski's pulled out to a 2.62 second advantage, coming to get 3 to go in the race. 1 lap car to deal with. It's all Brad Keselowski, and he would bring it off of 4 right here to win in Chicago. Alex Bowman comes up 1 spot short of 2 in a row at Chicagoland. Keselowski picks up his 3rd win of the year, I think, and just generally put on a clinic today, led the most laps, and although he got stuck in the middle of the top 5 for a while, he was able to fight his way back up on the long run and had the best car. The 88 was the only real contender. Now we move on to the points, where Denny Hamlin still sits atop the board, and Kevin Harvick still holds the regular season points lead after that DNF. Ryan Newman, Tyler Reddick lose their safety net a little bit today with some less than stellar runs. And down at the cut line, things are close. 13th through 18th are only separated by 13 points. Bowyer, Bowman, Buescher, Blaney, Byron, Jones are all right there. But after that, it looks like the guys further down, Custer, Dillon, and DiBenedetto, have no real chance. Well, that will be it for this week. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you can leave a like, subscribe, or comment on the video and tell me what you think. Hopefully this will get sort of back to coming out on time. I know this is 1 day late, but yeah. Thank you all for watching.